Welcome back, guys. As you can see, the crankcase is assembled. I assembled it and realized that the color on the video was very bad for some unknown reason. So I did not take it apart because I sealed the crankcase and I didn't want to undo all that work and then have to redo it just for a video. So the crankcase is fairly easy to put together. You press in your two bearings on each side, put your crank in. It just slips in. Make sure you put your output shaft with the larger threaded side towards the Magneto side. And I went ahead and popped my Magneto on. It's keyed. Just make sure you put your little key in there, and then just tap it on the socket or something. Really easy to do. So that's on. And also, you just want to check all your hardware because you don't want to tighten it up right away when the gasket maker is still wet. You want to make sure it's cured at least a day before you go ahead and tighten it up. But after that's done, your crank should turn nice and smooth. It might turn a little bit harder, especially if you have new seals in. The seals just slide right in. And just make sure they're set around evenly. Just use a screwdriver and make sure they're set evenly. You also want to check on your crank right here, that there's no gasket maker. It's okay if there is a little bit, but just try to get as much out of there as you can. Just right here, just try to get as much of that out as you can. But we're going to install the stator. So, as you can see, there's supposed to be two wires on. These wires broke, and so I'm just going to unsolder this one and solder two new heavier ones on, and then put better connectors because these are all the time bending. But for now, we can put this in. Just turn your crank. Then there's 4 Phillips head screws with a lock washer and then a regular washer. They go in right here. You don't want to tighten these down yet, but you do want to get them started. Then you'll want to turn your crank sideways like that, and then you'll want to make sure it's even the whole way around. Just set it to where you want. One ours right there, and then go ahead and tighten these up. And then there is a nut that goes on here to retain it. Here's our nut. I'm just going to use a tiny amount of red Loctite because this nut is not very good on this one. I believe some of the threads are a little bit stripped, but still threads on. Just want to make sure it stays on. And there we go. We got our retaining nut on and our stator positioned where we want it to be. The wires, you can just run out through here. There's a little plastic bushing or whatever. Just run them out through there. There should be 3 wires. 2 from here and then a ground wire, which I forgot to install, but it goes right underneath one of these bolts right here. Just take one out, put it through the wire, and then run them out through here. But you have to run them out through before you put your stator on. But I'm taking these wires off, so I'll run my new wires in and solder them up. Like I said, I forgot to put our ground wire on. You normally have to take the stator off so you can slip the wire through with the connector because it's just too big, but I'm replacing the connector with bigger ones, so I just cut mine off. Slip it through, and then use one of these bolts here. You can use the top or bottom one. Doesn't really matter. Slip through the eye. And there we go. Our wire's connected up. Normally, the white wire will not be used when you plug it into your rest of your CDI box and your throttle. or a kill switch, the white wire just hangs out because there's 4 connectors, 2 from the CDI box, 2 from the kill switch. The ground goes into one, as well as the blue or green wire from here go into one connector, and the other 2 go to the kill switch. So the white wire is not used. I'm not sure what it's for, but if you guys know, like, if it changes something, let me know in the comments. That'd really be appreciative. So that's pretty much it. We can put our cover on, but as you can see, it's not painted. I'm probably not going to paint it. I'm probably going to sand it and then polish it, so it's a nice shiny aluminum color. So I'll probably do that, as well as with this piece here. You can see I started to clean it up, but I still need to polish it. And for the other side, our clutch cover, I'll be doing the exact same thing with that, just so the engine's not all totally black and one solid color.